From Austin Jones trying to teach a minor how to twerk,
Oh shit, is that Lexi Pantera?
to James Charles repeatedly accused of pursuing straight men despite being gay.
I want a boy who is straight.
Love that for you. That's easy.
It's easier than you would think.
Here are 6 YouTubers who turned out to be disgusting predators. Starting with Austin Jones, a former YouTube singer who once had over 500,000 subscribers and more than 40 million views. At his peak, he was loved by many for his covers and soft pop vocals. But all of that changed when disturbing truths came to light. On June 29, 2015, Austin uploaded a video titled "Setting the Record Straight," with intent to apologize after a video of him twerking had gotten out through a female fan, which Austin had sent in an attempt to teach an underage fan how to twerk.
Hey cutie, so this is like the first basic twerk move. So this is what you do. You stand with your legs apart, you bend your legs, and then you arch your back, and you unarch it. You do it faster, so it's like this.
When he says, "Hey cutie," I literally gag. His mom must be so ashamed. You might ask, why would he do this out of nowhere? But sadly, he didn't. Before sending that video, he had actually asked the girl to send him a twerking video. When she told him she didn't know how, he sent one of himself as a tutorial. Feeling extremely uncomfortable, the girl bravely posted the video on Twitter, and the backlash quickly found its way to Austin. In the apology video, rather than address the issue directly, Austin focused heavily on his own struggles, trying to gain sympathy while sidestepping accountability.
I began researching different suicide methods. I started planning my suicide. I experienced death and loss at a very young age. I had an older sister. She passed away when she was 10 years old. I was 6 years old at the time.
But the worst part came later. In June 2017, Austin was arrested and charged. Prosecutors revealed that he had referred to these twerking videos as auditions, instructing young girls to walk up to the camera, state their name, then indicate how old their butt is, and clap their ass for 30 seconds, even asking for new takes if the footage didn't meet his standards. Eventually, Austin pleaded guilty to 1 count of receiving child pornography and was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. While Austin Jones's crimes ended with a prison sentence, James Charles's controversies would cost him millions of followers and a once untouchable reputation. James Charles Dickinson is a beauty YouTuber, influencer, and all-around internet celebrity. He launched his YouTube career in 2015 with product reviews, vlogs, and makeup tutorials, eventually reaching over 4.5 billion views and more than 40 million subscribers. By all accounts, he became one of the biggest YouTubers of all time.
So stunning, and finally I set my face in place with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and that completes this makeup look.
But as his fame grew, so did the controversies. James was never shy about his attraction to straight men, even admitting publicly that they were his type.
I want a boy who is straight.
Love that for you. That's easy.
It's easier than you would think.
One of the earliest public call-outs came from Instagram model Gage Gomez, who was seen with James at Coachella, sparking dating rumors. When asked by a fan if he was seeing Gage, James tweeted, "Nope, unfortunately I am very single. This boy played me for months and is a disgusting con artist. I'm thankful I had my friends to protect me." But things took a turn when Gage later released a video saying he never led James on, and that James had initially appreciated his boundaries.
He was aware how I felt about him. He constantly kept telling me while we were hanging out at Coachella that he appreciated that I was always 100% honest with him. If I was ever a little vague, I was never telling him what he wanted to hear, or I was never lying to him. It was always how I felt at the time, and he knew that.
The situation became part of a larger pattern, and then came Toddy Westbrook. In a now viral video, Toddy, a fellow beauty YouTuber and former mentor to James, publicly called him out.
Oh my god, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim.
She even recalled a disturbing moment at her birthday dinner, where James allegedly made inappropriate advances toward a straight male waiter.
Did it at my birthday dinner. And I made excuses for you then. You were talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, "James, he's straight," your response was, "Doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity." So freaking gross. And you said that in front of my family.
The backlash was immediate and massive. James lost millions of subscribers, got dropped by brand partners, and even lost his hosting job on a major TV show. What had once seemed like a running joke, going after straight men, suddenly didn't feel like a joke anymore. To many, it revealed a disturbing pattern of behavior. James is the perfect example of what happens when you get to the top too fast. And sadly, that sense of entitlement seems to be a common thread among many YouTubers exposed for predatory behavior. The next case, EDP445, was even more blatant and caught on camera. Brian Moreland, better known as EDP445, built his YouTube career on unfiltered rants, extreme opinions, and humor that often crossed the line. His raw style helped him gather a huge following of over 1 million subscribers, despite constantly pushing YouTube's community guidelines. Even though he had a massive fan base, YouTube refused to award him a 1 million subscriber plaque, and Twitter eventually banned his account. But as it would later be revealed, his behavior off-camera was far worse. On April 18, 2021, EDP445 was caught red-handed trying to meet up with an underage girl, an incident that was filmed and quickly went viral across YouTube.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Oh, okay.
There was...
Do they sell cupcakes
that was
in this driveway?
Oh, okay. So you should title a video, instead of, your video almost threw hands with a 13-year-old, you should title your video almost with a 13-year-old. I think that'll get a lot of hits, EDP.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is you.
Good one. So he's got like a whole little routine
So,
prepared.
What made you... So you initiated a conversation with a 13-year-old knowing she was 13, yes or no?
Correct.
Okay. So is that a good...
That guy in the background's trying so hard to seem like he's not listening.
You've been exposed for this before.
Correct.
And you called them... But this is damning.
Right.
This is... I had to make sure myself.
At first, he lost about 10% of his subscriber base, but it didn't stop there. YouTube swiftly terminated his entire channel, erasing a decade-long career in an instant. He had such a strong fan base and a good career, but he literally threw it away. Desperate to salvage his fame, EDP445 turned to Cameo, a platform where fans could pay for personalized video messages. But after numerous complaints and an internal investigation, Cameo also banned him. His Instagram account was followed shortly after and was deleted for violating community standards. He then tried creating a Facebook page, which grew to about 6,000 followers before being taken down as well. His last-ditch effort was to launch his own website, but even that failed due to a falling out with the web developer, confirmed by users on Reddit. At this point, it wasn't just about being exposed as a predator. It was clear he couldn't maintain any professional relationships either. After the complete collapse of EDP445's career, the community watched another creator, Mini Lad, try to apologize his way out of similar allegations, with very little success. Mini Lad, once a beloved YouTuber, was riding the height of his success, averaging over 40 million monthly views and approaching 10 million subscribers. Everything seemed to be going right for the British-born creator, real name Craig Thompson. But the same internet that helped build his empire would soon tear it down. As one viewer perfectly put it, let's be honest, Mini Lad deserved his rise and deserves his fall. Everything that came his way is his fault. His success is to his credit, his fault as well. Mini Lad built his audience through funny gaming commentary and vlogs dating as far back as 2011.
Look how dark he is in the corner of the goals. Why are you so dark?
I'm gonna watch the other participants launch. I love the Olympics.
You look like someone's voice that's been like...
I put the limp in Olympics.
Take off your flashlight and look at him, Evan.
He's doing like the Pablo thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Naturally attracting a very young fan base. But in 2020, stories started emerging that he was taking advantage of that young audience in ways that could only be described as gross. On June 23, 2020, an underage girl came forward on Twitter, documenting her uncomfortable interactions with Mini Lad. Just 3 months later, another girl, YouTuber Hallie2364, uploaded a video detailing how she felt used and manipulated by him.
If you don't know, my name is Hallie, Weird Girl 2364, and I was manipulated and completely used by Mini Lad, aka Craig.
She even revealed text messages where he tried to convince her not to go public.
He came in my text messages and said, Hallie, I saw your tweets. Are you okay? You always check up on me, so I wanted to check up on you. As soon as I saw that, I knew I needed to come out about him. Just, you know, if you know him, you know what his motive was through just those words. He was going to see if I was going to come out about him, and he was going to see if he could manipulate me that night and just make me feel guilty and not come out about him after fucking years of holding this shit in.
Facing mounting evidence, Mini Lad didn't leave room for speculation. He admitted to the allegations via a public tweet. "I take full responsibility for the inappropriate messages I had sent." He also expressed regret for his past behavior over the years, but his attempt to save face didn't land well. After a month of silence, Mini Lad uploaded a video trying to explain himself, but viewers quickly noticed he barely addressed the core issue, instead appearing to fish for sympathy. The backlash was immediate, and after being called out by several other YouTubers, he eventually took the video down. Mini Lad tried to seek sympathy after being exposed. Others made choices so severe that no apology could ever fix the damage, as we saw with Lionmaker. Marcus Wilton, better known as Lionmaker, was once a rising star in the Minecraft YouTube community.
Lady first and old people. Oh my goodness. But then... Oh my god, Minigod, why'd you do that?
At 24 years old, he launched his channel Lionmaker Studios in January 2013, quickly gaining momentum and reaching over 500,000 subscribers by September 2015. But like so many others, his success came crashing down, and the accusations that followed were not just rumors, they were backed by evidence. Toward the end of his peak, on September 15, 2015, the channel Drama Alert released a bombshell report. In it, the host interviewed a woman who revealed she was the mother of one of Lionmaker's fans, a 13-year-old girl he had allegedly been asking for nude photos.
I mean, it's a 27-year-old man asking your 13-year-old daughter for nudes.
Well, at this point in time, I didn't know he was 27 or 26 or whatever age he's supposed to be. It was just, this was a person that I had no idea who was asking my 13-year-old daughter for nudes.
And also showing evidence of their communication through Twitter. Legitimately wonder how that didn't lead to immediate consequences. Initially, Lionmaker tried to dodge responsibility by claiming his account had been hacked, which sadly gave him some benefit of the doubt at the time. But that was only the beginning. In December of the same year, another leaked conversation emerged, this time involving a young boy. According to reports, Lionmaker offered him $500 in exchange for explicit images, with proof of a PayPal transaction linked directly to his Lionmaker Studios account. As if that wasn't enough, during this period, Lionmaker was also found to be in a relationship with a 15-year-old Minecraft player named Paige. Not only did he admit this publicly through tweets, but he also shared nude photos of her online, an act that stunned the community. The fact that he wasn't arrested right away for publicly sharing CP is beyond me. Eventually, his YouTube channel was taken down permanently. Though he attempted to restart with a new channel, he never regained the heights he once reached and lost virtually all credibility within the YouTube and gaming worlds. When Lionmaker's story surfaced, many thought the community had seen the worst, but hidden behind an anonymous persona, Cryotic's fall would shock even longtime fans. Cryotic, known simply as Cry, could have been remembered as one of the true legends of early YouTube. Starting before YouTube was even acquired by Google, Cry became famous for his anonymity, his story-driven gameplay videos, and the unique tone of his voice, much like later creators such as Corpse Husband.
Amnesia, The Dark Descent. I hate horror games. I am a coward.
For a sense of just how big Cry once was, he frequently collaborated with PewDiePie and many other massive gaming YouTubers. By the peak of his career, Cry had built a loyal fan base of over 2.3 million subscribers. But everything changed in June 2020. Allegations surfaced on Twitter, led by a user named Beanie, who accused Cry of grooming her from the age of 16 until she turned 18. Cry didn't deny it. That same month, he took to Twitter to apologize, posting, "Please everyone, I'm not excusing anything. I regret every thing I have done." Shortly after, Cry held a live stream, which quickly devolved into a complete meltdown.
So fucking hard just to fucking have a good fucking time like we used to, man. Everything is hard. It's so fucking hard. I'm just trying to be honest where I've always been. Everything is so hard. I'm trying to just...
And for his last action on the internet, he tried to apologize, but some people were not having it. Cry made one of the top 10 worst apologies on this entire site for grooming children. Cry's final act online came in a YouTube video titled, "Cry Talks, We Stopped Being Genuine a Long Time Ago," where he admitted to cheating on his girlfriend with minors.
The fact that I cheated on my girlfriend with people who I didn't realize were even underage in the first place.
Since then, Cry has vanished completely from the internet, and while his subscriber count still technically exists, his legacy, 5 years later, remains forever tainted.